Hello everyone. Today, the topic which I have chosen is of prime importance in education. Teaching itself is not enough. It is important for a teacher to know how to assess the students. So, the teacher must have to develop an achievement test. So, we are going to discuss the topic achievement test and its construction. Before going to achievement test, we have to know what is achievement. Achievement in a subject indicates the extent to which the learner has internalized the related learning material. Any test designed to assess the achievement in any subject with regard to a set of predetermined objectives is called an achievement test. The definition of achievement test given by different persons are given. So we have to understand that achievement test can be conducted for a single unit or for the whole subject. And we have seen that achievement test is used to find out how much the student has achieved in a particular subject or in a content according to some predetermined objectives. I hope you understand what is achievement test, right? Now we shall pass on to the uses of achievement test. Achievement test can be used for the classification of students, promotion, selection, placement and grading. Among these, grading of students is the most important use of an achievement test. Now the classification of achievement test. Achievement test can be classified into standardized test and teacher-made test. A standardized test is a kind of test which has gone through the process of standardization. It has validity and reliability. Whereas a teacher-made test is a test generally made by the teacher to assess the achievement of students. Now, we shall have a look into the steps of an achievement test. That is, the steps involved in the construction of an achievement test. The steps involved in the construction of an achievement test are planning of the test, preparation of design, preparation of blueprint, writing of items or questions, preparation of scoring key and marking scheme, preparation of question-wise analysis. So the first step in the construction of an achievement test is planning of the test. We know that for everything in life to be successful, we need a plan. Likewise, before constructing a good achievement test, the paper setter should think about the following aspects as a part of planning. The first consideration is related to instructional objectives. The next step is to determine the maximum time, maximum marks, then the nature of the test. Nature of the test means whether it is objective type, short answer or essay type, or a mixed type which contain all these form of questions. Then the last thing we have to consider is the nature and scope of the units. I will show you an example for the things that we have to keep in mind while planning an achievement test. I have taken a mathematics achievement test in which the units planned are equal triangles, equations and polygons. Then we have to list out the objectives related to all these three units. The next step in the construction of an achievement test is preparation of a design for the test. The objectives, content, form of questions, and the difficulty levels of items are the most important factors to be considered in such a design. And here we are considering the weightages given to all these aspects. That is, weightage to objectives, weightage to content, weightage to form of questions, and weightage to difficulty level. First of all, weightage to objectives. This indicates that what objectives are to be tested and what weightage has to be given to each objective. I will explain it through an example. Here is the table showing the weightage given to each objectives. And you can see the objectives listed here. We know them, right? Which are they? These are the objectives in the cognitive domain of revised Bloom's taxonomy. Okay? That is remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. Along with them, we are taking skill also. Skill comes under the psychomotor domain. So these 7 objectives have to be taken into account while giving weightage to objectives. The distribution of marks is such that 2 marks for remembering, 4 marks for understanding, 8 marks for applying, 3 marks for analyzing, 2 marks for evaluating, 3 marks for creating, and 3 marks for skill. And then we are taking the percentage of marks. Next is weightage to content. This indicates the various aspects of the content to be tested and weightage to be given to these different aspects. To test the various aspects of the content, questions covering all the units of the study should be included in the design. This is the table showing the weightage given to content. I have told you in the planning stage that we are taking 3 units, unit 1, 2 and 3. And here we can see the distribution of marks in each unit. Unit 1 is assigned 7 marks. Unit 2 is also assigned 7 marks. And Unit 3 is assigned 11 marks. We should keep in mind that the distribution of marks is related to the importance of each unit. Then the percentage of marks is calculated. The next thing we have to consider in the preparation of the design for the test is weightage to form of questions. This indicates the form of items to be included in the test and the weightage to be given for each. We have the form of questions such as objective type, short answer type and essay type. The teacher should select those form of questions that are suitable to the objectives and the content to be tested. We have already discussed about the objectives to be considered and the content to be tested. So what will happen if we include only essay type questions in the test? Then the test will become more subjective. That is why we are including objective type and short answer type questions in the test. So we can say that for making the test more objective, we are including objective type and short answer type questions. This table shows the number of questions in each form and the distribution of marks for each form. So total we have 11 questions of 25 marks, in which 2 objective type questions, 8 short answer type questions and 1 essay type question. And here is the distribution of marks for each form of questions. We have total 11 questions out of 25 marks. Then the percentage of marks is calculated. Next, we have to consider weightage to difficulty level. Appropriate weightage should be given for different levels of difficulty of the items. We are taking 3 difficulty levels: easy, average and difficult. So why these 3 difficulty levels are taken? It is only because the test should cater to the bright, average and dull students. In this slide, we have taken 3 difficulty levels and the distribution of marks to all these difficulty levels. First, you can see easy level. I have given 4 marks and the percentage is 16. Second, average level, I have given 14 marks, and for difficult level it is given 7 marks, in which the percentage of marks constitute 56 and 28 respectively. So the test must not be too difficult, not too easy or not too average. It must cater to the needs of all levels of students. Next step is very important in the construction of an achievement test, that is preparation of the blueprint. Blueprint is a 3-dimensional chart including the distribution of questions objective wise, content wise and form wise. The blueprint gives the framework for the test. Always keep in mind that what you decide for the achievement test, that will be clearly reflected in the blueprint. Otherwise, it will not fulfill what you want to assess. Now, look. This is the complete blueprint you can see here. I will elaborate it one by one. You can see in the first row I have listed out the objectives we have already discussed. Notice that under each objective again it is divided into 3, which contains the objective type, short answer and essay type questions. In the first column you can see the units 1, 2 and 3 are listed. Now we have to remember that we have already assigned weightage to objectives, form of questions, content and difficulty level, right? But you see, here we have only taken objectives, form of questions and content in this chart. The weightage to difficulty level should be kept in mind by the teacher while assigning the questions. Now we can see how the weightages are distributed in this chart, or how the questions are taken. There is 2 short answer type questions from Unit 1 at the understanding level, and each question carries 2 marks. Here we can see a number inside the bracket and a number outside the bracket. The number inside the bracket shows the number of questions, and number outside the bracket shows the marks for each question. So in this column total there is 2 into 2, that is 4 marks, and that is written in the bottom. In the first unit itself, there is another short answer type question of 3 marks under the objective skill. So from unit 1 we have 4 plus 3, that is 7 marks. Remember that while giving weightage to content, we have assigned 7 marks for unit 1, right? Similarly, you can see how the questions are distributed in the other units under the objectives, and total marks you can see 25. So, this is our complete blueprint based on our weightage and marks that we have already decided. And on behalf of this blueprint, the teacher will develop the achievement test. After the preparation of blueprint, the next step in the construction of an achievement test is writing of items or questions. With the precise directive suggested by the blueprint, the teacher can start writing items according to the requirements. The difficulty level should be considered. Time allotted should be checked. Preliminary details such as name of the examination, title of the paper, maximum marks, instruction for answering each part, etc. should be given. It is advisable to arrange the questions in the order of their difficulty level. And here we have the format of an achievement test. Now comes the preparation of scoring key and marking scheme. It is essential to prepare scoring key and marking scheme simultaneously with the question paper. Scoring key is prepared for objective type questions. Marking scheme is prepared for short answer and essay type questions. Here is the format of a scoring key. In the case of objective type items, the answers will be in the form of some letters or other symbols, and the mark is allotted to that. Here is the format of a marking scheme. In the case of marking scheme, the teacher has to list out the value points to be credited and fix up the marks to be given to each value point. Here we can see in the first question, the total marks is 2 and there are 4 value points of half mark each. In this way, scoring key and marking schemes are prepared. The last step in the construction of an achievement test is preparation of question-wise analysis. This is a table containing all relevant details of all the items of the test. To avoid loopholes, this is done by making an analysis of each item in terms of content, objective, specification, form of question, difficulty level, marks, and estimated time. Then why should we do such an analysis? This analysis is done because it is very helpful to check whether all the aspects envisaged in the design and blueprint are satisfied by the test. If some mistake is noticed, it should be rectified at this final stage. And here we have the question wise analysis table, and you can see in the first column there is the question number, and we have 11 questions in all, and the details regarding each question is given here. First question is from the third unit. It comes under the objective remembering. It comes under the specification recall. It is an objective type question. Its difficulty level is easy. 1 mark question, and time allotted is 1 minute. Similarly, the details regarding the other questions are also given in this table. Teaching is not only to teach, but to know how much a student has learned and where they have the problems. A well-prepared achievement test can be used in the identification and rectification of problems of students. Hence, we can say that achievement test is beneficial to students as well as teachers. So, special care should be taken while preparing an achievement test. So, with this all, I would like to sum up the presentation. I hope you have enjoyed and learned about achievement test and its construction. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe for instant notification and leave a comment below. Thank you.